What up, YouTube? It's your boy Danny. It's been 3 months. How does the iPhone 7 Plus hold up? Let's find out. Alright, what's up guys? It's Danny. As I said in the intro, I'm saying it again, I'm sorry. Anyway, it's been 3 months since I updated from the iPhone 5S to the iPhone 7 Plus. The 5S I no longer even have. I sold it for 240 bucks, which is not bad, you know, especially for a phone that came out in 2013, I wanna say? Yeah, 2013. And actually, I actually bought the iPhone 5S in December of 2013. And so, definitely time for an upgrade, you know. It's now January 2nd, 2017. I've had this for 3 months. How do I like it? Well, let's just get started. First off, when I got the phone, don't get me wrong, this is my favorite iPhone. This is the best iPhone ever, you know. And keep in mind with the specs, it's iPhone 7 Plus, black, matte black, not piano black. I don't want none of that. 256 gigs. So it's the biggest and baddest iPhone you can get that isn't the piano black version. So, not bad. And if I keep looking up at the screen, I'm sorry, I'm still getting used to this camera. I love this camera. Anyway, so how do I like it? I love it. But a bug that I think has been addressed since then, because it doesn't really do it anymore, was the screen would flicker its brightness in certain light. Not all the time. It had to be a specific place almost, where it was right here in this chair, where it would flicker from bright to dark, to bright to dark, and if you went in the settings and you went all the way to bright, it wouldn't do all the way to bright. It would be stuck in that slightly dim lit bright. It's hard to explain, but I haven't seen it lately. So, and there's been software updates since I've got this phone, so I think it's been addressed by Apple. I think. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it's been addressed by Apple finally, so, which is great. Another little mishap, I have small Donald Trump hands. I will admit, my hands are pretty small. And so sometimes if I'm using this in one hand, it's kind of hard to type because my thumb doesn't want to reach all the way. So, but I kind of knew that going into buying this phone, so I can't really say it's a gripe. It's more my fault because of how big my hands are. I mean, they're small. I got small, little girly, dainty hands, and they're clean. You know, you see my brother's hands, he's a mechanic, they're all stained with oil and grease. I could be a hand model, probably. Maybe not, I got fat fingers, but anyway, they're clean. They're small, girly, and clean. It's the only girly thing on me though, so, which is fine, whatever. You know, I'm not ashamed of my hands, I don't care if they're small, whatever. It's easier to get into, you know, like if you're building a computer, you have to get into an area with a little tiny screw. Even I have problems still, but it could be worse, So, do I like the iPhone 7? Obviously, yes. 7 Plus, especially. I don't use the portrait mode like I thought I would, just because I have the G7X, you know? I got these around the same time, and I used portrait mode when they first released the beta in the update, but then like a week later I had the G7X, so if I want to take photos, you know, that have that you know, depth of field, I just pull out the G7X. I love this camera, and I talk about it too much. I know I do. But portrait mode's great on here. I just don't use it like I thought I would, you know? So, and that's my fault really too. So there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, obviously it's a beta, so there are things wrong with it in certain situations, but for the most part, portrait mode on this phone is amazing. It really is. I just don't use it like I thought I would. Not a big deal. Video on this phone is insane, okay? I don't shoot 4K. I have before, but I don't have anything that's 4K, so it doesn't matter to me. But anyway, I shoot 1080p, 60 frames per second on this phone, default. That's how I shoot. So your results may vary, but the 60 frames per second on this phone is amazing. It's better than the Sony Handycam that's built for 60 frames per second. You know, I pull out the iPhone before I pull out the Handycam. Sitting right next to this camera. But very happy with that. I was very shocked how well it performed. But it's like, if you see me vlogging with this camera, you'll know that I'm shooting with this camera when you see how fluid it is. You know, it's amazing. You know, that's pretty much that. So storage, 256 gigs. You can't go wrong with 256 gigs at all. You cannot go wrong with 256 gigs. People like to stream, that's fine. Some people got, I have a friend who got the 32 gig version. I didn't even know they made 32 gigs in this. I thought it started at 64. So that's how much I know. So I guess it's, I think it goes 32, 128, 256, something like that. Anyway, they use, you know, they stream their music and all that stuff, and that's great and all, but here's the thing. Here's the argument I have with when it comes to people picking small storage to save a few dollars, okay? Streaming is great when it's available. If you're out in Arkansas, like I am sometimes, there's no service. You have no cell service, none. What are you gonna stream with? You can't. You have no cell service, you have roaming, maybe, and then you're getting charged way too much to stream data to hear some music. So it'll just be a very quiet car ride. Or you can do what I do and still buy your music of iTunes and download it to the iPhone and have 256 gigabytes of storage, which is several thousand songs all on your phone. No need for data, no need to worry about if you have service or not, who cares? Because you have your music installed on the phone. Downloaded to the phone is what I'm trying to say. And that's my argument with that. That's why I don't like streaming. Plus I like to own my music. If I want to hear Timmy Turner every 5 minutes, I can listen to Timmy Turner every 5 minutes without having to scroll through Pandora to maybe get that song again, which almost never happens. I'd rather just own it. Buy it once on iTunes and you own it forever. You know? If you want to use the iTunes Plus or whatever they call it, where you can download as many songs as you want and pay a certain amount a month, that's cool too, not me. I like to own my songs. I will pay per song. I'll pay $1.29 per song to have it forever. Not, oh, I'm out of money, so I have to cancel my subscription. Well, now you can't listen to music you just downloaded the last month because you didn't pay for your subscription. I would rather just have it on my phone. One time payment of $1.29, $1.29, and I can have, what did I say, Timmy Turner? I can have Timmy Turner on repeat as long as I want, or Panda, or whatever I want to listen to. What's the new one? Black Beatles, where everybody does the mannequin challenge. You want that on repeat? No problem, because you own the song for $1.29 and it's downloaded to your phone. That's my argument with that. So, but yeah. So, I mean, in conclusion, yes, it is faster, it is bigger, it is better in every way than the iPhone 5S, which I loved when I first bought it. I fell in love with that phone, and I loved it up until it started messing up last year. It was around July, started getting kind of magoo. But nevertheless, I still sold it for $250, and yes, the buyers did know it was kind of glitchy, but you know, they knew they were buying a 4-year-old phone, you know, 3-4-year-old phone. So it is what it is. They were happy, I was happy, I had money, I used it to go towards the purchase of this. So do I recommend the iPhone 7 Plus? Absolutely, hands down, I recommend it. And I think you should, you know, if you have the upgrade availability, then upgrade to the 7 Plus. Don't wait for the iPhone 8. You can if you want, but I know most companies these days are upgrading every year. I'm getting the iPhone 8 when the iPhone 8 comes out, and this will be gone in a year. Less than a year now. So, yeah. I say go for it. You have nothing to lose, but you have everything to gain in terms of technology. And Touch ID, amazing. And yeah, there's no headphone jack. Yeah, you can see, no headphone jack. Big whoop, okay? I hated it at first. I'm used to it. There's only been twice that I've needed the headphone jack while charging. And I'm actually just gonna end up buying an adapter that does both anyway. So, problem solved. No big deal. And even better, Apple sells a dock for this phone, so you can actually dock this phone and charge it and listen to music out of the headphone jack out of the back of the dock. And there you go. Problem is really solved. And your phone looks good sitting like that. You know what I'm saying? So, in conclusion, go for it. You know, headphone jack, not the worst case scenario. Definitely not a deal breaker. It wasn't for me, and I love the headphone jack. When they first said they weren't gonna have one, I was like, why? But it grew on me, just like everything else. Just like the new MacBook Pros will grow on everybody else too. So, there you go, guys. All right, this is almost a 10-minute video on whether or not you should get the iPhone 7, and yes, you should. So, conclusion, get the iPhone 7 or 7 Plus. definitely the 7 Plus. I can't really speak for the 7. It's the same, it's just a few less features and it's smaller. But 7 Plus, definitely. Very happy with it. And yeah, there you go. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.